Rice. It rhymes with nice. It's been around over 4,000 years. It feeds 3 billion people in the world every day. Yet despite its popularity, it's just not talked about in America. Why? People talk about potatoes, how you can bake them, twice bake them, make them au gratin. You can even fry them and make them French. Pasta's at the top of the list as well. It comes in all these cool shapes like bow ties and spaghetti and linguine. You can even throw it against the wall, and it sticks. But rice. Rice seems to be the forgotten starch. Uncle Ben's has been the leader in the rice category since 1946. Uncle Ben is probably the best ambassador rice has ever had. In fact, he's the only ambassador rice has ever had. So how does the leader of the category change the way people think about rice? How do we get rice into America's food conversation? The convention. Rice is underrated in food culture. Rice is not as sexy as potatoes and pasta because every rice maker followed the same marketing formula: bite and smile. And every bite and smile had a pretty food shot. So it's no wonder that rice wasn't being talked about. Everybody was doing the same boring thing, everybody was acting exactly alike, and therefore, no one stood out. Our vision: to make Uncle Ben's brand the icon of rice. As the leader in the category, we feel it's Uncle Ben's responsibility to take a stand, have a point of view, and lead the rice conversation. The disruption. Use Uncle Ben to make rice relevant and cool. It was obvious that we had to break out of the bite and smile, happy, happy, joy, joy formula and do something that completely caught consumers off guard. We started by taking the man who was already the ambassador of rice and turned him into a modern icon. We branded the iconic orange, and we simplified the design of each ad to be more focused on the product and on Ben. As we were rebranding ourselves visually, we realized that everyone in the food category was talking in the same magazines to the same people in the exact same way. Our message then had to broaden out of food category media. To stand out, we had to go where cultural conversations were happening. Ben had to comment on culture and turn those conversations back around to rice. Now we were talking to more people, and yet still to moms, just in different places and where mom's other interests lie. To lead the conversation, we had to be where conversations were happening. Places like People magazine. For the best and worst dress issue, Ben thought,
one's extreme good taste in rice will always deflect one's questionable taste in clothing.
In Entertainment Weekly, Ben said,
I just can't seem to get anyone in Hollywood to read my screenplay. It's about a man and his original parboiled to perfection white rice. Perhaps it's more a Broadway thing.
And during timely subjects like the recession, Ben gave people coupons and told them,
consider this a part of the economic stimulus package.
Notice in each case how Ben never strayed away from the topic of rice. In outdoor, while other brands were interrupting the urban landscape, we integrated Uncle Ben into street culture with pop art style posters. We also took this look and design approach to magazines, completely disrupting the rice category visually. And we took the same approach online with banners that led to an online database of recipes. But ads couldn't do this alone, so we integrated the brand
Uncle Ben's
into popular TV shows like Rachel Ray, Martha Stewart, and Top Chef.
Giving you a helping hand from Uncle Ben's. They have a huge range of whole grain rice products, including microwavable ready rice.
Proving that Ben wasn't the only one that could talk about his rice. Then we ask ourselves, what would Ben do to help others? The answer was clear. We had to be a generous company because that's what Ben would do. Immediately, Uncle Ben's donated $1 million to Feeding America, and they teamed with Mario Batali to create Kids Cafe, and underprivileged children were fed. Naturally, most brands would turn to TV next, but we didn't. We found that we were making a powerful connection with our audience by talking to them when they were most focused. When they were shopping, we were in the aisles. When they were reading an article on fashion or health, we spoke to them about fashion and health. We focused on moments when we had their full attention. The campaign took on a life of its own, becoming the topic of news sites like the New York Times. People took photographs of the work and posted it on photo-sharing websites like Flickr, and it was even parodied by local artists. And all this seemed to be working, and sales grew. Uncle Ben's total sales went up 12% from 2008, and the top-of-mind awareness rose 6% in the past year alone. Rice needed to stand out and be included in America's food conversation. Rice needed to be more culturally relevant. Rice needed someone to speak on its behalf, and who better to do it than this guy?